Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified what is going on. Ryan Garcia finally makes the fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. After chasing Gervonta Tank Davis for a long time now, it's probably been over 2 years. He's been chasing him and he finally caught up with him. Ryan Garcia is set to showcase his skills against Gervonta Tank Davis in probably late 2023. Supposedly, per Gervonta Tank Davis, he says that I fight January 7th in DC, though. We cannot look past this guy. The Ryan fight just locked in. Again, it's smoke for all. Okay, so Gervonta Tank Davis, obviously, he says that there's a tune-up fight that they have to fight before that. Now, if this fight is to be true, right? Because a lot of people don't believe that this fight is true. A lot of people feel like this fight might fall through, right? Obviously, because there's going to be a tune-up fight before the fight, right? Now, if there's a tune-up fight before the actual fight, that's going to be, you never know what's going to happen in the fight. Now, Ryan Garcia said he's ready to go. Gervonta St. Davis said he wasn't. He wants a tune-up before he fights Ryan Garcia. I mean, look, I don't know, right? But obviously, both fighters, probably will be taking a tune-up. Now, there's talks with Gervonta Tank Davis fighting Hector Garcia, a 130 pounder. He's moving him up to 135 to fight him. Where it's not ideally a good look, right? Obviously, you're bringing up a guy from 130 to fight at 135, and it just doesn't look good. But it's a soft touch for the actual fight when it happens against Ryan Garcia, if it is to happen, right? Right now, both fighters have said that the fight is gonna go on. Is already locked in, this and that. Well, it's yet to see, because obviously it's not next, it's after another fight, and there's roadblocks still. So who knows, right? You can't say for certain, but you could just be excited for the fight. And that's what I am. I'm excited for this fight if it is to happen. A fight with Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia would be a great fight for boxing, I think. Both fighters are highly followed by fans, right? Both fighters are highly followed by fans that have big fan bases. So for the fighters, it's definitely a good fight. And for the fighters, to be honest, um, this could be a legacy fight, right? Well, not even a legacy fight, but it's a good fight for the fighter, because they're actually making the fight that the fans want to see right now. People have been calling for this fight forever, right? They wanted the Four Kings to all fight. But I guess when it starts to happen, fans don't want to see it no more. So I don't know. It's a gift and a curse. It's just crazy, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, if the fight does happen, then good. I want to see it. And if it doesn't happen, well, I mean, just move on, right? Obviously, I mean, what the fuck are we gonna? We're not gonna sit there and, oh my god, these guys. No, we just move on. Simple as that. You know what I mean? And if I don't want to invest my time talking about both of those guys, I just won't invest my time talking about both of those guys. Obviously, both fighters don't even care about belts, so I mean, it is what it is. To each his own. For it is what it is. Um, you had Oscar De La Hoya tweet out yesterday. The fans have been crystal clear that the fight they want is Ryan versus Tank. Golden Boy Promotions and I proud to be leading the drive to get this fight signed and are excited to get a deal finalized ASAP. It's high time that that those outside the ring stop getting in the way of those who want nothing more than to get into the ring and fight. Our motto has always been that the fans come first, and this is just another example of how we're leading by example. Um, so yeah, I mean, and then Oscar De La Hoya comes out and he says that, he's obviously, I guess he just wants to make the best fight possible, and I guess and earlier we've seen Ryan Garcia come out and he said things like, There's people that are getting in the way of this fight actually happening. Stephen A. Smith going on ESPN and being vocal about it and stuff like that. This is what Ryan Garcia had to say. October 27th. I want to fight Tank, and Tank wants to fight me. This fight is what boxing needs right now. I accepted all the terms on my side and instructed my team to get it done exactly as offered. The fans deserve this fight. Our sports needs this fight. He also said he went on and he said we got to get this bullshit figured out. This should have been the best couple of months in boxing. Spence Crawford fell apart, and Tank and me and Tank are running into issues. That's not what boxing is supposed to be about. Respectfully, celebrity boxing should not be defining our sport. And everyone talks about player empowerment in the NBA and other sports leagues. It's time to have a real conversation about player empowerment in boxing. Um, Now, when he announced the fight, he says, "I'm so pumped. This fight is finally in place. I want it more than anything right now. I put in the work. I'm at the prime of my career, and I know I am going to be the biggest boxer in the world. That legacy starts today. And then boxing needs this fight right now. It's time for us to get back to what made this sport so great for the fans. Glamorous fights in places like Las Vegas, grudge match storylines, and most importantly, the best fighting the best, which is very true, right? Obviously, a lot of fans, they always reference back in the day, maybe 1980s and 1970s and 60s and 20s, and when these guys were all born and shit. These fossils. Uh, that's all they reference, right? They want the best to fight the best. They want that kind of stuff. They want that kind of stuff. So I mean, is Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Tank Davis fighting the best? Yes, it's fighting the best at 135. Yes, right. It's fighting the best at 135. Now, if these guys have different plans and they say they don't care about belts, they don't care about that. Well, I mean, I think them both fighting each other, if it does happen, right? It's kind of solidifying that they do want to fight the best because they are arguably the best in that 135-pound division, right? Are they the best in the sport overall? Probably not, right? But in that division, they're definitely the best. um it's sort of like Crawford versus Earl Spence. They're not the greatest fighters. They're not the best fighters in the sport. They're good fighters. They're equal skills, right? They're equal skilled. And in the division where a lot of those guys are very equal skilled and, some lesser skilled. And, a fight with them would have been a huge fight, right? So it's sort of like that with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, right? They're the best in that division. Crawford and Spence were the best in that division. Simple as that. And that's the fight that fans wanted to see. Um, Also, I mean, look, you're gonna get. Let's say if you do get Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis, and you're also gonna get Devin Haney, Lomachenko, which are the four best right now in the 135 division. So 135 is getting it done if the fight does go through. You know what I mean? 135 is getting it done. Simple as that. 140 has been getting it done, right? And we're still yet to see more better fights at 140. There's still great fights to be fought at 140. Do I agree 100% with Gervonta Tank Davis fighting a Hector Garcia? Um, you know, it's a tune-up, so I can't really be too mad, but you would want Gervonta Tank Davis to fight another fighter at 135. Simple as that, right? You would want him to fight a fighter at 135. Just simple as that. I mean, I don't know why you would bring up a guy from 130, a guy that is not adjusted to the weight class, doesn't, he's not winning at all. I mean, I guess that's the only thing, it's an easier victory. You know what I mean? I get that. It's just a tune-up. But I wish it would have been against a guy at 135. I think that would have been a little bit more interesting. I think that a lot of fans would have appreciated that one more. You know what I'm saying? But I guess if Hector Garcia is willing to go up, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I wonder who Ryan Garcia will probably be getting a tune-up against. Hopefully it's somebody at 135. I mean, they're fighting at a catch weight of 136 per sources, right? Per whoever. They're supposed to be fighting at a catch weight of 136. Now, what the fuck is the difference between 135, 136? And I mean, I don't know, right? I don't know how that's gonna uh, play a factor. I guess that 1 pound really does make a difference. I don't know, right? So we'll see, right? But if this fight does happen, let's be very clear. This is a very good fight for boxing. Okay, let's be very clear. A lot of people, once the news broke, a lot of people. I mean, obviously, you're gonna not feel 100% about the fight, right? Especially when you're telling us that you have a tuna fight before that fight. That's where it kind of is like, well, this shit is bullshit, right? So I understand a lot of people why they feel a little skeptical and sketchy about the fight. No doubt about it. But is it a good fight? Yes. Peace.